And I've surrounded myself with people that bring out the best in me. And you don't need to be a genius in what I do. That's the good thing about it. If I went into physics or a whole lot of other subjects, I'd be an also-ran. But I am in a game that you don't need. You probably need 120 points of IQ, you know. But 170 doesn't do any better than 120. It may do worse, probably do worse. But you don't really need brains. You need the right orientation. You know, 90% of the people, I'm pulling a figure out of the air, but 90% of the people that buy stocks don't think of them the right way. They think about something that they hope goes up next week. And they think about the market as something they hope goes up. And if it's down, they feel worse. I feel better. And I hope it goes down when I buy it because I'll buy more. When I want to do something, I always want to do it big.
What does that mean?
I put my whole net worth in City Service Preferred. I've owned a piece of American business for at least 80% at all times. And, you know, I don't want to own anything else. I want to own a home and, you know, things my family wants and all that. But owning 5 homes doesn't mean anything to me because I can be happy in one home and there's a certain amount of things that go wrong with everything. And if I got 2 homes, I know I've got more problems and I don't have more happiness. I would have to honestly say that what makes me happiest is what I'm doing. You know, I enjoy 2 things about it. One, I know I'll win over time. That doesn't mean I'll beat everybody else or anything like that. But I'm in a game that's very, very, very easy if you have the right lessons in your mind about what you're buying. I'm not buying stocks. I'm buying pieces of overwhelmingly American business. And I'm happy when that's when I'm doing it. I'm happy when stocks are going down. I'm happier when stocks are going down because I can buy more of them with the same amount of money. I'd be happy if I was a farmer. I'd want farmland to go down so I could buy more acreage. You know, if I was, I mean, it just makes sense. And I'll tell you the second thing I really like. I like being trusted by people. And, you know, I would rather do what I do with partners than do it sitting in a room myself, even though I might make more money that way. When I was 6 years old, John D. Rockefeller was the richest man in the world. And today, you can get better medicine, better education, better entertainment, better transportation. You can do everything better than he could. You can, I mean, it's astounding. That's in my lifetime. That if you wanted to watch a football game, he still had to go there. and I can sit there with this big screen, and they keep showing me the replay, so that and explaining to me what happened and everything. And maybe everybody doesn't have a screen as big as mine, but damn near everybody has a screen or an iPhone or a computer or access to one, and they have access. So if I want to buy 50 super yachts, I can do it. But what does it mean to me? It can buy more things for other people that are useful to them. And I have everything I want in life, you know, everything. So it's not evil, but the federal government is the boss in the end. And they shouldn't screw up capitalism, and capitalism shouldn't screw up the federal government. It's very simple. Apple, I think, sells less than 25% of the smartphones in the world. I know a guy that produces as many as Apple does. But Apple has produced the one that's the most useful to people. It's an aspirational product. Somebody, you know, a lot of people have made cars, but you got a few survivors that made the ones that people like the best. And, you know, we would be selling 16 or 17 million cars a year in this country. I mean, he's taking on General Motors and Ford and Toyota and all these people who've got all this stuff, and he's got an idea. And he's winning. That's America. I mean, you can't dream it up. I mean, it's astounding. Now, you still need a referee if you want to invest for the long term.
His index.
And it's the S&P 500 index.
Right.
And what's happened, of course, is that organizations like to grow. So they set up indexes on different industries, different countries. And as soon as you do that, you're violating basically what Jack Bogle said. He says you don't know enough to pick the right businesses, which means you don't know enough to pick the right countries, you know enough. The biggest threat, obviously, is nuclear weapons, but it doesn't mean you don't protect against other things. And if there's a 1% chance, even, and I'm not, it's way high, I can't quantify it, but if there's a 1% chance of something causing the world trouble, 10 years from now, 50 years from now, 100 years from now, we ought to be working on that too. The problem is, of course, that it requires the whole world to do a lot. I mean, you always want to be around people who are better than you are. They pull you in the right direction. Well, if you look back, you can always say, "Oh, you should have done this or that." But I'd be nuts if I look back on my life and said, "You haven't been the luckiest guy imaginable." And I will say this: aside from sickness and death, everything I thought was bad at the time has turned out well. If I'd been born any place but the United States, my life would have been totally different. And incidentally, it helped to have the parent I had to. But the United States is essential. It's given me everything. The way a whole lot of money goes, just back to society. But what really means something to me is the record of Berkshire. That's what I've done. The money flows out of it, but I paint the painting. The world can bid on it at an auction. But that is fun, and it's been fun. It's been way more fun doing it with Charlie as my partner than it would have been alone. I mean, it's incomparable. I'd probably talk about it.